The very first Major League Baseball game I went to was in the Astrodome in about 1968, and it was billed in as the eighth wonder of the world, and it was such a big wow as a kid. And I fell in love with the buildings that baseball played in. What I've loved most about working in sports is the chance to help define one of the most memorable parts of any city. My first chance to work on a baseball park was Baltimore. One of my proudest moments professionally is that people 35 years later still talk about Camden Yards as being the detour where we stop thinking about sports as just where can we find acres and acres of land to plop something, and more how do we make it part of that civic environment.
She first came on the scene with Camden Yards. I took a trip there. She gave the tour and I realized this was a woman with unique skills, unique qualifications, and unique passion for what we were doing.
She's the mastermind behind the strategy of how all of these projects come together, which means that she's responsible for the sequence that these projects happen to make sure that the action on the field is never disrupted.
I think what makes a sports venue feel most meaningful is when it's got its own personality to shine, when it can really express itself as home to that team. I think that's something we try really hard in our buildings, to make you feel like you're part of that.
She's giving fans opportunities to come and experience new things and stay entertained every visit to Dodger Stadium.
Friend Weld and I started Canopy a few years ago. We've loved being able to take things that we learned working for a franchise and help others think about creating some really memorable and iconic places. I hope Canopy's long-term impact on the industry is to celebrate sports and the community in one fell swoop.
When you see Janet walking around during the off-season in a hard hat, whether you're a young woman or a young man, it's important to see that it takes all kinds of people at the top to make a successful organization come together.
There's a camaraderie and a trust that exists when women get together in forums like the one that WISE produces, and I think it's really important for women in any workplace to know that there's that kind of support group and that kind of enthusiasm and encouragement.
It's something that makes me and our other owners very proud that we can say we are leading all of sports in having really active, important, strong female leadership.
The most important goal for me after all these years of working in this space is to never stop listening, looking, learning. I hope I look for new ways to succeed, and I hope I never lose the chance to just go sit in the bleachers with a cold drink and take in what fans around me have to say.